This was once the face of Disney, Bobby Driscoll, the first actor Walt Disney ever signed to an exclusive contract. And this is the heartbreaking story of why he died at just 31 years old. At only 9, Bobby starred in Disney's first full-length live-action film, Song of the South. The film was a financial success, even winning an Academy Award for its song.
Zip-a-Dee-Doo-Dah, zip-a-dee-doo.
It catapulted Bobby into stardom. Disney, eager to capitalize, put him in more films. So Dear to My Heart and Melody Time when he was 11, Treasure Island at 13, and the role he was born to play, Peter Pan, at 16. Bobby not only voiced Peter in the animated classic, but also acted out the movements for animators to bring the character to life.
Where is that villain, Captain Hook? I'll slice him up and throw him to that crocodile.
But this would be his peak. As Bobby grew older, severe acne scarred his face and stripped him of his boyish look. Typecast for youthful roles, he suddenly found it nearly impossible to land work. At just 17, depression set in. Bobby turned to drugs, experimenting with heroin, which quickly became an addiction. Just when it seemed his future was slipping away, a glimmer of hope appeared, the possibility of love and a fresh start. In 1955, he met Marilyn Jean Rush, a young woman outside the entertainment industry. They married a year later and had 3 children in 3 years. To provide for his family, Bobby took small TV roles and even worked as a store clerk selling clothes. But his heroin addiction persisted, straining the marriage until Marilyn divorced him in 1960 and took custody of their children. Bobby spiraled further, arrested in 1961 for drug possession, forgery, burglary, and check fraud. He served about a year in prison. Upon release, he tried to start fresh in New York City as an artist, even connecting with Andy Warhol's circle at the Factory. The Factory became his last creative outlet, a place for misfits, addicts, and fallen stars to reinvent themselves. But Bobby's addiction followed him, frail and unreliable. He eventually drifted away from the community as heroin consumed him. On March 30th, 1968, 2 boys exploring an abandoned building in Manhattan's East Village discovered a body. It was Bobby Driscoll. The cause of death, heart failure from advanced atherosclerosis, brought on by long-term heroin use. Because Bobby carried no identification, his body went unclaimed. He was buried in a pauper's grave on Hart Island in New York, a cemetery for those without money or family to claim them. It wasn't until a year later that his mother, worried after months without hearing from him, contacted authorities. Fingerprints taken from the unidentified body confirmed the truth. Bobby Driscoll, once Disney's brightest star, had died alone and forgotten.
But Peter, how do we get to Neverland?
Fly, of course.
Fly? It's easy.
Was this your first time learning about the tragic rise and fall of Bobby Driscoll? Let me know in the comments.